4.5 years is a hell of a long time in football, and the Croatia side who are set to attend this World Cup feel a world away from the one that finished runners-up in 2018. Zlatko Dalic is still in charge, but he's highly likely to start fewer than half the players who fell to France in that final last time out. That's meant he's had to be adaptable, combining some young talent coming through with the older heads still around and blending it into some kind of workable situation. Expect a pretty typical 4-3-3 shape, which is built on midfield control. In Marcelo Brosovic, Croatia have one of the better natural number sixes in this game, so they can lean on him to do a lot of work in the engine room, while Luka Modric remains elite, and Mateo Kovacic has stepped into Ivan Rakitić's shoes very well following his international retirement. You can hardly blame Dalic for making this set of players the centrepiece of his team. It's a midfield trio that can rival almost anyone's for quality. Their synergy and familiarity is even more important when you consider Dalic changes the other positions up very frequently. It's tough to know which striker, right winger, fullback, or even centre-back pairing he's going to choose, so a stable midfield core is key. Obviously, the crown jewel is Modric. He's still a frankly unbelievable footballer even at 37 and runs things in the middle. He's always been the type to show up on the big stage and deliver big performances, and will likely do so again. And he's Croatia's main hope, particularly when they come into contact with the biggest sides. He'll be feeding a rather odd front line, one that hasn't really felt the same since Mario Mandzukic retired. Dalic has struggled to get a tune out of any of the other strikers and has left Ante Rebic of Milan out completely, meaning Bruno Petkovic and Andre Kramaric share the centre-forward role. There is a reliable source of goals to their left though. Ivan Perisic will return to the wing for Croatia and will probably look their biggest goal threat. He, like Modric, has a good record of turning up in big tournaments. Despite these concerns at striker, and pretty much everywhere else, Croatia qualified for this tournament relatively easily, topping their group with 23 points. That said, they did have to fight until the last match to secure first place and beat Russia thanks to a late own goal. Given the number of games they won 1-0 in the run-up to their final game, it's fair to say the confusion up front for Croatia does impact them in a tangible way. Usually, the hope in any tournament is to go one further or one better, but in Croatia's case, that would mean they win it, and they look miles off that. On paper, they are clearly one of the two strongest teams in Group F with Belgium, so they'll expect to make the knockouts, but they're destined to meet either Spain or Germany if they reach the round of 16. So that might be where the journey ends, and that's why their 50-1 odds are as long as they are.